Welcome, everybody, to episode 9 of A Horrible Take. This is an all things horror podcast. We discuss movies, comics, books, games, you fucking name it. If it's spoopy, we'll probably discuss it at some point. Uh, my name is Ashley. I'm the one who usually does the posts on Facebook and Instagram. I'm also the one who's been doing the Dead Space 3 stream. If you hear my voice, you're probably already familiar with the cussing and the instant memory of like lack of coordination and shit. I haven't been doing the stream this past week because I've been down with the COVID, literally down with the sickness.
Poor
But
Ashley.
yeah. But I am sitting here with.
Hi, I am April. You can find me on Instagram at Horror Goddess.
Unfortunately, Perkins will not be joining us today. He's got some shit going on in his personal life, so we'll send him good energy, even though like I don't think that like energy will do shit. But he's in our thoughts. So
Yes. Oh my
here we
God.
go.
See?
Yeah, that
Oh,
that coughing, man.
it's already fucking began.
It's already began. I took some Mucinex too. I made the dumbass mistake of like I'll take a Mucinex before the show. So
Wow, yeah, so now you're gonna be draining the whole fucking episode. Great.
pretty much, I'm draining from everywhere. I have to change my underwear twice, dude. You know what? I didn't think about it till I sat down. I never have to shit until I do this show.
Oh God. Why is that? Why?
I guess it's
Are you
because
saying we're shit?
no. I guess it's because like I know that I'm fixing to have to do something. And so my body's just like, hey, we're fixing to do something. Let's go take a shit. And I didn't think of it until like fucking 2 minutes before I click start stream.
Wow, perfect timing, Ashley. Perfect
So
timing.
I'm going to be doing a lot of bodily functions over here in this painful fucking desk chair. But yeah,
Well, here you go, an extra in our new episode.
for real. It'll be the fucking Scream 6 over here.
Oh God.
How was your week?
It was really, really busy.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm also gonna say I did see the new Scream, which I'm gonna say it was amazing. Not gonna say anything else, of course, because I don't want to give any spoilers, but I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I've been hearing it's pretty good.
It was really good. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just really good. If you are a huge fan of Scream, I would definitely watch it.
I'm pretty
I'd probably
fucking
watch it
jealous.
again.
I'm really fucking jealous because my boyfriend and I we had like a whole fucking date day set out to go and watch it. And then I got fucking sick right after my damn dentist appointment, so I was like, I'll be good by Friday. I'll be good by
Yep, COVID
Friday.
said fuck you.
Fucking 2 Fridays later, still not good. Fucking sweating and leaking and hacking and thankfully
Well, you know
not
what?
puking.
At least you can still do this episode with all those problems. So,
Life ain't that bad, right?
no, it's not.
So we got a lot of shit to discuss today. We got to discuss Scream 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe the TV series.
Well, I'm not really excited about that one, but we'll get to that later.
So this first Scream series. See, my brain's already doing the shit. This first Scream movie came out in '96, and as far as I know, all four of the Scream movies were directed by Wes Craven.
Yes, they actually were. Yes, you are correct.
Dude, that opening scene with Casey, Drew Barrymore as
Oh my
Casey.
God, I really love that. But did you also know that Wes is her godfather?
No shit. What,
Yeah,
fucking Drew Barrymore? That's her godfather?
yeah, yeah. That's actually why she played in the film. He actually wanted her to be the main character,
Uh huh.
but she actually was like, no, that's too believable. I want to be the person who dies first because it's going to be hilarious.
No shit. That's actually
Yeah.
crazy fucking interesting. I had no idea. But like, what bragging
Yes.
rights to say
I
that
know, right?
fucking Wes Craven is your godfather?
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. I wish he was my godfather.
Dude, isn't like a godfather or godmother, like, aren't they supposed to like adopt you after your parents die?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Boy, I love my mama, but goddamn.
I know. I know. She's very, very lucky.
And then Roger Jackson. I know we discussed it right before the show, but he voices, oh come on brain, Ghostface on the phone. He discusses the killer on the phone. He's done a lot of voice work, and I recently just found out this motherfucker's the voice of Mojo Jojo for the Powerpuff Girls.
And you know what? Now that you mention it, like I knew that he was, but I actually forgot that fact.
It's like,
That's interesting.
I'd like to imagine that, like I told you, it's Mojo Jojo talking to everybody on the phone, but he doesn't quite sound as raspy. Ghostface doesn't sound quite as raspy as Mojo Jojo, so in the back of my mind, it's a really young, like a teenage Mojo Jojo who's taking a prank too far.
I know. And it's crazy, like he's literally the voice. Like it's crazy. It sounds completely different. Honestly, I wouldn't have seen the same similarities of the voice if you wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have like looked him up at all, I, it's probably going to be a fact that's on the page after a while. All those horror DIYs, horror did you knows? That's probably going to be one. Hello to our one viewer who's just kind of sitting there
Hello.
quietly.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Keep in mind that if you want to like tell us we're full of shit or whatever, there's that chat box, buddy. You can
Yes.
chime
Please
on in,
leave all the comments. Leave all the comments that you can. We will answer them.
or we'll berate you. But that'd be mean, so we might not berate you. Um,
No, we're not going to do that.
so Drew Barrymore, everybody always thinks she's the first one to die in the movie, but she's not the first one to die in the movie. Her sweet Stevie is.
Yep.
I always get a kick out of people like saying that she's the first one to die, like be that like pretentious horror nerd that's like, well, actually.
Yeah. She played the part really well. Very believable.
Yeah, I don't think there's another Scream movie that opens quite as beautifully as this one did.
Yeah, because for one, I would not just keep talking to somebody on the phone. That's the first mistake. I'm sorry. If I don't know you, I'm not gonna keep talking to you, and I'm calling the police ASAP.
I'm calling the
So
police.
that's rule number one. Don't fucking answer the phone continuously.
The way you said that, like, so fucking, like, quick. Like, it kind of, like, sounded like a Karen a little bit. Like, I'm calling the police. Somebody over
I'm
the
sorry. I'm
fucking
just
phone.
very passionate. Okay, I'm passionate about it. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm passionate about the police.
Yeah, of course.
But, I liked a lot of shit about this movie. I'm just trying to get my thoughts together because I can't fucking think today. But,
Oh, it's okay.
oh
It
shit.
is okay.
I'm just now realizing this movie came out the year my brother was born, but that doesn't really fucking matter because he sucks.
Aw, I was 4.
See, yeah, I'd be 4.
Yeah, and this movie was actually the first horror movie that I ever saw, and I had to sneak it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think my first horror movie, my mom told me, was Cujo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like she went to go clean part of the house and Cujo came on TV and I just was sitting there until I started sitting there screaming because the dog was trying to attack people.
Yeah, that movie was really good.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I went back and watched it again as an adult, knowing that, hey, I'm not like 2 anymore. I could remember this now. I felt bad for
Yeah,
him.
I do that with a lot of films.
So Scream takes place after Sydney's, who is our main character, she's played by Neve Campbell, her mother's death. So this is all a year after her mom has died. And her friends have started experiencing some, I guess you could say, strange phone calls, but they're just It sounds like somebody just fucking with somebody. Like, it's kind of hard to take seriously at first.
Yeah. And honestly, now that I go back and watch, I notice also like no cell phones even existed hardly at all in the 90s. It was just landlines mostly.
Yeah, but you had like those big bulky ass
Those big,
phones.
those shitty ass phones, yes.
Yeah, the ones that what was that model's name? She just turned around and beat the shit out of her fucking assistant with the phone. Wasn't that Naomi Campbell?
Oh my God, yeah.
See, they could have used the fucking phone as a weapon.
Yeah, but of course, with Scream, the main weapon of choice is a knife.
Yeah, that'd be fucking great. Be like, you got the wrong phone number, motherfucker. And just beat just beat Ghostface to death with the fucking phone.
Oh yeah, if I saw Ghostface, I would keep stabbing. I wouldn't stop.
So, after we meet Sydney, which, if I remember correctly, didn't we meet her at the school? Like, wasn't that the first time we meet her? Was at her school?
No, actually, the first time that we actually meet her
That's in
is
her
when
bedroom.
yeah, she's in her bedroom and it looks like she's just typing or looking up something. I'm not entirely sure, but that's when we also are introduced to Billy Loomis.
Old Skeet Ulrich.
Which I'm sorry, but I find that very weird that my boyfriend is just randomly showing up at my house unannounced, my window.
Yeah, but texting wasn't really a thing. He kind of had to just show up. There's
Oh
no way to like
God.
text to be like, "Hey, boo, coming over. I'm gonna crawl through your
Yeah,
window."
that's true. And it seemed like her father was like really, really strict. Because I mean, obviously, a guy's in her room, but he just seemed super protective because obviously lost her mom.
Mm-hmm. But he gets there and he's like, "Hey, you want a foot?" And
And she's like, no, I can't.
like that Italian old dude, like, "No, no, please, I'm a virgin." Do you remember that?
Yes.
And like
I
you
don't know.
said, they were almost found by her father, Neil.
Uh,
I never remember his name. Like, he's not even in the movie, but like 5 fucking minutes.
you know what? I didn't really know his name either. He wasn't a very well-known character. I mean, to me, he wasn't like they only addressed him as like Sidney Prescott's father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Apparently, I guess his name is Neil. Well, Neil comes in the room and
Wow.
it's like, "Hey, Sydney, you're a good kid. I'm gonna head out for about a week."
I know, right?
So Sydney's, I mean, like, what do you really say? Like, if you're a teenager at that age, you're just like, "Yeah, fuck yeah," but she's just like, "All right." So Sydney and her father are just kind of just going through it. But it's also worth mentioning before we get way, way, way into this movie that Sydney's testimony about who killed her mother.
Oh my God, don't even get me started with this.
He was one of my favorite characters of the whole fucking
Really?
franchise. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Interesting.
Fucking Cotton Weary, played by
Cotton Weary.
Liev Schreiber. And of course, Cotton's like, "Nah, I didn't do it." But Sydney was like, "Yeah, you did." And so he went to jail. She gave this
Which,
like whole ass like what's it called when you get on the stand and be like, "Hey, he did it." That's what she did. And they were like, "Yeah, he did it. Throw his ass away."
because he was fucking framed. We all know that, obviously.
Well, now we do.
Yeah.
Way down the line at the end of this movie, we do.
Yeah, we do.
And so, whew, oh god, that carbonation just went up my nose.
Ew.
Oh, Dr. Pepper's so good though.
Oh God, I hate Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Dr. Pepper's delicious. Sorry, Dr. Pepper's monster is delicious. The next day, Sydney's school is abuzz with news of her mother's murder. or not her mother's murder, Casey's murder. And all of their classes are kind of temporarily canceled because, you know, you don't want to keep kids in school. Let them go back out into the world where they could be fucking murdered. And
I didn't understand that.
yeah, me either. But Sydney decides that, hey, Dad's gone. I'm just gonna go stay with my best friend, which I think is a pretty good move, because your mom was murdered in that house. So
Yeah, I know. And my dad's out of town. Nope, I'm going over to Tatum's.
especially since, like, wouldn't Billy know? He was there when her dad told her that, right?
Yeah, that's actually, you're right. Yeah, he overheard because he was literally like right behind, like, wait, underneath the bed, maybe?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was underneath the bed. Yeah, he probably overheard. So he already knew right then, like, that she's gonna be alone.
Mm-hmm. So, because she's gonna be alone, Sydney, probably really fucking good judgment, better judgment than I'd have, she went to stay with her best friend Tatum, who is played by Rose McGowan.
You
And
know, I liked her character.
I did too. Like,
I really did.
she brought the sass the movie needed. And we have
Yes, I agree.
the fucking nipple shots all over Tumblr now because of it.
Oh, yes. I actually love those memes, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too.
But you know what? At least she has a brother as a deputy.
Yeah, but it's with Scary Movie, like, I know that Dewey and Doofy are two different fucking people, but every time I watch Scary Movie, I'm like, not Scary Movie, every time I watch Scream, I'm just like, bro, let's bring on Doofy.
You
Come
know
on.
what? I mean, to be quite honest, he is doofy. Like, if you think about it, like, throughout the whole damn movie, he was always late, never fucking helped. He got stabbed. I mean, God, he didn't help at all.
Well, yeah, he's a police officer.
A deputy, come on. No, no, ma'am. That is a way above a police officer. He should know better. Literally,
He's
the
still a
phone calls going
cop.
on.
He doesn't do shit.
Well, I'm sorry, but he needs to do a lot more than what he did. He honestly made it worse.
3 times in a fucking row. 4 times in a row.
Uh, yep.
Well, he kind of came through in the 4th one, but mostly not really.
No, he didn't.
That's why I said mostly not really. He was worried about lemon
we will
squares.
Get to that. We'll get to that later because I have a lot to say about that one. My least favorite.
So this is when she talks to Tatum about, hey, I'm going to go stay at your place. And Tatum's like, yeah, cool, whatever. We kind of see the rest of the friend group. So far we see Sydney, Tatum, and then Billy is also part of the friend group. Again, Sydney's boyfriend. And we're also introduced to Randy, who's played by Jamie Kennedy. I wouldn't say he's part of the friend group because he seems like the one that they just rag on.
Yeah, honestly, he's that annoying friend that just, like, won't go away. Because I noticed that. He's just like
just
a side friend.
Yeah, and then he's obsessed with horror movies. Like, he's the reason the franchise up till what happened to him was so fucking meta. But
I don't even want to talk about that. I'm dreading that part. But anyways.
And finally, we have Stu.
Yay!
The
my
fucking
favorite.
goat. Yes, ma'am. Played by Matthew Lillard.
Yes.
Fucking damn, I'm so jealous about that. Like,
oh my God.
Scooby,
yes.
Fucking.
He was
just
pretty
nice.
funny. Which is funny. Let me. When we met him, my husband said, "Oh, you're like really tall," because he's like 6'3", 6'4". He's pretty tall. And he said, "I'm better looking too." Like, oh my God. Okay.
I would have looked at my boyfriend and been like, "Got him." Fuck.
I seriously started laughing really hard. But yeah, I like his character a lot. He's kind of goofy.
Oh, I think he's a little bit goofy in everything he fucking plays in.
You know you are right, but he's really fucking goofy. Which also I think is really strange that he used to date Casey. Huh.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm reading right here, he's a class clown who used to date Casey.
Yep, he used to date Casey, and Casey left him for Steve. Wah, wah, wah. So Tatum right then and there finds out that she didn't leave him for I think what was his name? I can't remember. For Steve? Yeah,
Steve,
yeah,
yeah, that's the
Steve.
dude that died at the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, apparently Casey left Stu, and then what's her face was like, "Oh, wow, I thought you left him for me." Well, wow.
So, you're saying Tatum and fucking Stu are dating?
Yeah.
That's a detail I completely fucking missed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched this movie again, like, right as soon as we decided we were gonna do Scream.
Ah, okay.
And then the holidays happened, and New Year's happened, and the shit with me happened. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch it again. I just binged watched 2, 3, and 4 in one day. It was like, that's about as much fucking studying as I could do. My fucking
That's
short ass
okay.
attention span right now.
It is okay.
But Sydney goes home at the end of the day after, we meet all the characters. We see the cool one, the nerdy one, I don't want to say bitchy, but sassy one, and then, the innocent one. All the fucking tropes. Sydney goes home and waits for Tatum to come and pick her up. And this is where we get our first fucking glimpse of Ghostface with Sydney.
Yep. I think that was really strange that she was actually entertaining him. I would have hung up.
Well, yeah, she thought it was Randy.
Ugh.
And that's when it got abusive, and he was all like, hey, you want to die, Sydney? Your mother sure didn't.
Yeah, because she was trying to test him. She's like, I call your bluff. And then she goes outside. She's like, all right, what am I doing? And
Uh-huh.
he doesn't answer. And then that's when he's like, you want to die.
But he
Or I think
did.
he says if he'll cut her like a fish, just like he did her mother.
It was the actual line right before he pops out of the closet was, do you want to die, Sydney? Your mother sure didn't. And then he pops out of the closet inside of her house, and that's when they have their first chase.
You know
It's
what? She did that really fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. She got the fuck out of his fucking way.
Oh, you know what I noticed in
What?
every fucking one of the Scream movies?
What?
Sydney throws a plant.
Does she really?
Yeah. In the fourth
Realize
one,
that.
she didn't throw a plant at a person though. She just threw it through a window.
Oh yeah, she does. Oh yeah, I remember that.
I'm just like thinking, man, these poor fucking plants, man. But after that all happens, she locks herself in her room and calls 911, and then Billy arrives. And
How convenient.
yeah, no shit, climbing through a window again because it's open. Why is she not
Yeah,
opening, or why is she not closing her windows? Like, you're home alone. Everything should be locked,
I know.
shut and
I
locked.
wondered why the window was even accessible. Like, what the hell? Why did you have it wide open?
Look at us victim shaming.
Ugh, dumb move.
So, Sydney, she's not a stupid girl. She looks at him and is immediately like, why the fuck did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you call me? You had to have been the one that called me.
Yeah, because the damn phone and the gloves, remember, it falls out of his pocket. And then she's like, what the hell?
So,
And she's like, okay.
yeah, so she
And then
is
he
just,
says a friend gave it to him. Okay.
yeah, that's the fucking stupid ass excuse. It's not mine, I'm holding it for a friend. Like, bro,
That's what they always say.
your friend can't hold his fucking gloves. He literally put them on his hands.
I know.
So she's like, yeah, fuck this shit. I'm out. Runs
I'm out.
downstairs, sees the police, and that's when Billy is taken by the police.
In handcuffs. Womp, womp, womp.
Which is good. It's where that motherfucker should have stayed.
Oh, he does.
Up until
For a
maybe.
little bit.
Yeah. I'm sorry for my coughing, guys. It's gonna happen for a little bit.
Oh, it's okay.
So she goes to the police station with him because obviously no questioning and shit.
Yep.
And at the police station, this is when we meet Dewey, who's played by
Yep.
David Arquette. And Dewey is Tatum's older brother. So Rose McGowan's older brother is David Arquette in the movie. He's the town deputy, and he is considered a dumbass for pretty fucking good reason. It's
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't do shit. There you go.
it's like something's missing, you know.
Yeah. He's very delayed in everything he does.
I can't think of a pretty accurate way to like convey how a step behind he is.
No, he really is.
I don't know, he doesn't really have a good sense of like being able to judge character either.
No,
But
not at all.
I feel like we only develop that thought about him though as the fucking franchise goes along all the way up to the fourth movie.
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, he was trying to help Sydney because we learn here also that they're trying to find where her dad checked in at the hotel, and
Mm-hmm.
he didn't show up, and he's missing, which looks very suspicious to them.
It's kind of Dexter vibes because I just finished
Yeah, it
the.
really does.
Did you watch the new
But
season?
no, I haven't watched Dexter in a long ass time.
Ooh, girl, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut then.
Yeah, please don't tell me anything.
But outside of the police station, after all the questioning is done and everything, this is where we meet our other main character throughout the rest of the
Gale
franchise.
Weathers.
And she is played by Courtney Cox.
Yes. Did you know that her and David Arquette were married in real life? They
Yeah,
met during this movie. Do
yeah,
you know that?
uh-huh.
That's crazy. I could totally tell like they had really good vibes.
Yeah, they had good on-screen chemistry, but I don't know, like I guess it's the amount of Friends I watched. My
Oh
brain
my
was
God, Monica.
Yeah, my brain was like, "Don't do it, Monica. You're with Chandler."
You know what's crazy though? I hated Friends. I used to hate Friends, so I didn't watch Friends. I saw her the first time in this movie. So I didn't have that, I guess, conception of her.
Yeah,
Not yet.
the first time I watched this movie, I was one of the people that just didn't like Friends just because it was popular and it was fucking everywhere, and I was
Yes,
just tired of fucking
same,
hearing about it.
same.
Then I got depressed and decided, hey, I'm gonna binge a series, and
Oh my
it just happened
God.
to be Friends. But
Yeah, I did that as well. And it
so
actually was really good.
yeah, Friends is alright. There's a lot of jokes, inside jokes on the show. But Courtney Cox, as we said, plays Gail, and her character is a big deal right off the bat, even though we as the viewer aren't necessarily tuned into everything. We're still figuring out the dynamic of the relationship between everybody as it is. But apparently, Gail Weathers is the writer of an expose about the murder of Sydney's mom. And Gail feels that Cotton Weary was wrongfully convicted, and now Gail is following up a story about the murder of Casey Becker. So it's because she feels the two murders between both Maureen, I think her name was Maureen, right?
Yeah, Maureen.
Maureen and Casey are connected somehow. So,
Well, I mean, she's damn smart. I mean, she caught on real quick.
yeah, super fucking intuitive. Like, Gail is not a bad character. She's just kind of
No, she's not.
she's just kind of a shit person.
She's selfish. I mean, let's just be real. She's selfish as fuck. She wants to just get a story. That's all it is. Just business. It doesn't matter if someone gets hurt. I mean, it's just business to her. She's just like that. She's always like that in all the damn movies.
Every
She's always
single
wanting to do a
fucking one.
story.
It kind of makes you wonder how she would act if like they brought her into the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's...
Yeah, that would be interesting.
So, I think they kind of just dismiss Gail right then and there. Because the next scene is Tatum taking Sydney to her house.
Yeah,
And
because Sydney fucking hits her in her damn face.
for the first time.
Yes. Yeah, for the first time, literally.
It's like you can't really say it's not deserved, you know?
No, because she said she'll send her a damn copy. Like, why would you say that to her? You're talking about her mother in that book and saying that she lied
For real,
and
like,
that you pretty much were not telling the truth in your testimony. So of course not. She was stupid for even saying that.
for real. Because, like, you're attacking her as a person as well as her mother's legacy, I feel.
Yeah, because honestly, at the time, she doesn't know exactly how her mother really truly is. She
Yeah.
doesn't know how her mother is, which we don't find that out either until later on.
So Tatum and Sydney go to Tatum's house, and this is where they get another phone call from Mr. Mojo Jojo.
That's so fucking weird.
Bro, I kind of wish there was an alternate reality where that was the movie.
Oh my God. Terrible. No. Please don't.
I can't stop fucking thinking about it.
No. Please
Anyways,
don't.
so right after her conversation with Gail, where Gail's like, yeah, Cotton Weary's not guilty, blah, 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 I'm a reporter, I wrote about it. Ghostface is like, hey, you got the wrong guy, Sydney, again. Talking about Loomis being in jail for the night, or however fucking long he's in jail. And
Hey, do you by any chance know who made that phone call? I can't remember. Because it's bugging me. I can't remember. Was it Billy Loomis that made the call? At jail? Because you get a phone call.
well, I imagine if they had caller ID and all the police around him, I imagine it would be the other dude.
You think so?
Yeah, I would have to say that it would be Stu.
Oh, okay.
Because, I mean, if Tatum is dating Stu, I imagine she would have been like any other high school girl on the phone with her boyfriend. Then she gets a call and it's Casey, or not, it's not Casey, Casey's dead. It's Sydney. And Sydney's like, I need you to come pick me up and this is what happened. And so, she'd be like, okay, I'll come get you. And then she goes back to Stu. You won't believe what the fuck just happened. I gotta go. You know?
I mean, she does that anyways.
Yeah. So I would think that was Stu that gave the phone call.
Yeah.
Or do you think it's Billy from the...
I mean, I don't know. I guess, yeah, it would be. Would be Stu.
Or even, technically, I mean, we can't really... Well, we can talk about it. It could be the person from the third movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I totally forgot about him. Yes.
Which, I mean, we can visit that when we get to the third movie. But the killer basically says, you got the wrong guy, Sydney, again. And the next day at school, Sydney is threatened by the killer while she's in the bathroom. So, like, the killer is at the fucking school. In the women's bathroom.
And you know what? Which is really sad. Like, before she even gets into the bathroom, it's really sad because she hides. And those, I guess her classmates, they were talking about how her mom was a tramp. And this is where she actually learns that her mother is known for that in that town, which is really fucking devastating.
Yeah, that means them kids'
They literally
parents...
were shit-talking her mom.
Yeah, that means them kids' parents was also shit-talking. Because it's not like a bunch of high schoolers are going to be worried about some other person's parents unless their parents are talking about it. So that town's full of fucking... All of Woodsboro. I think it's Woodsboro, right?
Yeah.
All that fucking town's a bunch of fucking trifling-ass, shitty, salty-ass people.
Yeah. Because it's a small town, so, small towns, they talk.
They do. Small towns do talk shit. I know shit about people that I don't even fucking know living in Helena.
Really?
Yeah, I'm hearing shit about people all the fucking time from my boyfriend's mom and stuff. And it's just like I don't know who these people are. Who in his aunt takes me
That's
places.
crazy.
She'll be talking about people at her job, and I'm just like, I don't know who these people are. Like,
But they know who you are.
I imagine people know who I am now.
Well, hell yeah.
I'm like the newest addition here. And
Of
it's
course.
fucking
And
stupid because people are trying to like get me to like help them create their own podcast. I'm like, but I get maybe like 3 fucking viewers on mine. Like,
aw.
like let's chill. Let's fucking chill about it. But
Well,
yeah,
3 is better than nothing.
like they got. But yeah, Cindy is attacked by Ghostface while in the school bathroom. How did this not get caught on the fucking school cameras?
Did they even have cameras?
I would imagine they did.
Because I'm thinking, I mean, but I mean, they wouldn't have cameras in the restroom.
Hold on. Well,
But
not in the
I'm
restroom, but they would have seen her go in fine and then come out visibly distraught, you know, covered in blood and shit, which means they would have had to catch who went into the bathroom also.
I think because this film is also has some humor in it, I think they probably didn't have cameras.
Oh, I'm gonna look this shit up. I'm gonna look up
Be
when.
like, stupid. Like, okay, really, you don't have cameras in a school?
I don't want to be that person that points out that fucking loophole, but like. School cameras in classrooms, not in classrooms, what year? It's fucking Silk and not Google. It's gonna take forever. And me typing like a grandma, one finger, one letter at a time. Okay, so. So it says that didn't become popular until 2014, but I know that in 2008, that sounds so weird to say that way. 2008, when I was in high school, there was cameras everywhere.
Yeah,
So
but maybe
I
it goes by state, like it's different in different states.
I guess it's maybe plausible they didn't have cameras. Alright, fuck it, it's plausible. But yeah, she escapes again. And school doesn't really stop.
Nope.
It just keeps going. Like there's a killer on campus, but you know, fuck it. Math. Uh,
Sad that the principal gets killed right after that.
yeah, the Fonz get stabbed to death.
Yeah, that sucks. You know what's funny? That janitor, he was dressed just like Freddy.
Yep, that was Wes Craven.
Yep, that's funny. Like an homage to him.
It's amazing how many people overlook that small little, oh, what's the word that my brain is not thinking of?
That small detail
Yeah, but it's like
in movies.
an Easter egg. That's what it is, Easter egg.
Oh, Easter egg.
I don't know why they
Yes.
call them Easter eggs.
I'm not sure.
I guess because you
Maybe.
find them and they're fun. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
But you know, Tatum decides, let's throw a party. My best friend is trying to be killed. Let's throw a fucking party. So that's what they do.
Yeah, at Stu's house.
It was at Stu's house? I thought it was at Tatum's
Yeah.
house.
It was at Stu's house.
Damn. Okay. Well, that's another detail I missed.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So.
But yeah, I was at his house.
And guess who decides to crash it? Gail, everybody's favorite shitty reporter.
You know what though? I have to give it to her because she fucking brought cameras and she hid them in that damn house.
Like, what do you have to do as an adult to find out about these kids throwing a party?
I'm not even entirely sure.
Like, I wonder who she slipped at 22 or something.
I think because she's so popular, because she's the hottest reporter at the time, people were just starstruck about her, so they really didn't give a shit.
And everybody talks shit in the movie, so she probably just overheard somebody saying, hey, you coming to the party, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, probably.
So Gail takes the camera into the party and attempt to talk to Sydney, and good boy Dewey is just like, nah, you gotta fucking go. And right here we can kind of see some chemistry between them, even though we don't really know why. It's just kind of awkward.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, I think it's just too fake. I think she was just trying to be nice to him just so she could get closer, get information.
Yeah, like one of her little news lady tactics.
Yeah. So I think that's what she was doing. It makes sense.
Yeah. So when Dewey is just like, you gotta fucking go.
Yeah, and then they take that stroll, and of course she has to go with them. And then that's where we find the Sydney's father's car.
Yep. And Dewey also is just like, this party's gotta fucking stop.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, we got to get back to the party.
Yeah, he doesn't bust anybody for underage drinking. I said the party has to stop. The party doesn't gotta stop. He doesn't bust anybody for drinking. He just kind of, I guess, lets it fucking happen.
Yeah, he does. Like I said, he's really bad.
And Billy is not in jail anymore, or not under holding anymore. He's there, and he goes upstairs with Sydney. And Sydney's like, alright, you didn't try to kill me. I will spread my legs.
Yes, I will give my virginity to you. Pretty much.
And this is when Tatum goes into the garage.
Which is so stupid. Why would you go by yourself down into a dark basement?
Bro, like, I don't know. I like this scene and I don't like it at the same. Because.
Oh, no, I agree. I think her death scene was really stupid.
It's super cheeky. I like that she talks shit and she went out like a fucking G, but at the same time, she also went out like a fucking punk.
Yeah, she did. I mean, she was trying to get away, but I just think it was I think corny.
It was so
I was
stupid
like, oh,
how
come
she tried
on.
to get away though. Like, why are you gonna? You got killed by a garage door, my girl. By a
Yeah, no, I
fucking
don't think she would
garage
have even
door.
fit.
Like, you could have waited for the fucking door to like. I'm not even gonna get into it.
I think honestly, only option.
I think
I
she
mean,
still could have got
she's stuck in the
away.
basement.
I mean, you're in a fucking garage. There's plenty of things that you could do in a garage, like plenty of things you could use as a weapon. That's where people keep their tools. That's where people keep like fire extinguishers and shit. Like, obviously, I live in an apartment. I don't have a garage, but I would
Yeah.
imagine that you would keep like deadly stuff in there. Maybe a chainsaw. Who knows?
Yeah, I honestly think she was not even thinking, but at least she used the beer bottles. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Still died though. So now that we know that the killer is at the party, this is kind of where the movie begins to move, I guess, into Act 3. This is where shit
Yes.
really fucking goes down. And
Yes.
out of all of the movies, I would say this movie's the only one with a real interesting third act where
Yeah, I think so too, because honestly, we kind of thought, okay, Billy isn't the killer because he's getting stabbed.
Uh-huh.
So we're like, okay, then he obviously wasn't it. But then it makes her think, oh, no, he isn't the killer. Kind of like fucks with her mind, kind of. Because so we obviously know that's Stu.
Yeah.
But at least she got out of there. So at this point, we think that Billy is dead, and he's not, but we think he is.
Yeah, and after, the little teenage tango between Sydney and Billy.
Oh yeah, then Randy's scene where he starts talking about the rules
Yes, the
of
fucking
surviving a horror movie.
never say that you're gonna be back.
I'll
And
be right
Stu.
back.
His
Oh my
face when he
god.
does that is pretty fucking funny.
I know. But I think also, I wonder why. Okay, I do have a question. So, Randy gets a call from somebody. We don't know who it is that was on the phone that the principal was killed. So that makes everybody take off. They're gonna go and see the principal.
Uh-huh.
But what I don't understand why he didn't go.
I'm,
Like, why
I'm
didn't he follow the people? Like, why did he stay back?
I think just logically going to the scene of any crime is not very smart.
Yeah, but honestly, they were also drinking. You shouldn't be getting in a fucking car.
Yeah, that too. You can see where my priorities are.
Yes,
Okay,
so
not.
probably maybe he was too fucked up.
So after that, all the kids clear out. Now we can really focus on our main characters that we know are still alive. And
But it's also sad that Dewey at this point, he gets stabbed.
he does get stabbed. This is right after Sydney and Billy get done doing what they do, and Ghostface stabs Billy in the back. And then another chase starts.
Supposedly.
Yeah, and that's when Dewey is stabbed. So Dewey gets it right after Billy gets it. And Gail,
Well, she crashes the damn van because she freaks out because her camera guy is on her car. There's
yeah,
literally blood everywhere. She freaks out.
she swerves her
So you said she
vehicle.
crashes.
Yeah, she swerves her vehicle to avoid hitting Sydney. And then she hits a tree, and this is when we think that
She's
Gail
dead.
is. Yeah, this is when we think Gail's dead.
Yeah, I was like, no, yeah, she's not surviving that fucking crash.
Do you feel like this franchise could have been okay without Gail?
I think so.
Me too.
I think so, but she also added a little bit to the movie only because she was just very smart.
Yeah, I feel like we needed. At the same time, even though I didn't like her, I feel like we need Gail's character. So,
Yeah, but I think that's why she makes the character so good because we don't like her, but
yeah, so
she's
I guess I want to rescind my answer of the movies would be good without her. I guess the movies
yeah,
are because of her, kind of halfway because
yes.
of her.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would say that.
So when Sydney goes back into the house, she faces Randy and Stu, who,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and
They're
they're,
like, he's the killer. No, he's the killer.
and it's kind of like,
He's like,
what
fuck
do you
you
fucking
both.
do?
Fuck
Yeah,
you. She said, fuck you both.
that's basically what you do. Because I mean, that's not really a guessing game that you can afford to lose at 50-50.
She was smart.
And she's not really dumb throughout this franchise. I mean, there's some things that you kind of want to like be like, hey, bitch, really, but she does a pretty good
Say we
job.
wouldn't be that stupid, you know?
Oh fuck! And Stu is just like, hey, I need to get this gun, and Randy's like, no, I need to leave, which is smart at this point. But eventually, Billy, after being stabbed, he starts coming down the stairs. He's all covered in blood.
Pathetic ass fucking fall.
Yeah, and he lets both of them into the house,
Yep.
and he shoots Randy, and then turns to reveal that the blood was fake. All that blood
Yeah,
that's all over him is fake.
and at this moment, we're like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Okay, he just got stabbed. Like, what the fuck? That was some good acting.
That's kind of when you scream at the TV, I knew that motherfucker was no good.
Well, I mean, honestly, it did lead towards him. Like, he was just weird. overall, just his attitude.
Yeah, he's kind of sketchy. Like, he goes into people's houses through the window. He doesn't know how to use a front door.
I know that he's just very weird. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
He goes to jail and doesn't really worry about it.
No.
Like, where are your fucking parents, bro? Better yet,
Yeah,
who are your fucking parents? Like, the audacity of this motherfucker.
well, this is when we find out exactly why Billy is doing everything that he is doing.
Yep.
Because Sydney's mom was being a hoe and fucking around with his dad.
And he's all boo-hooey because that broke up his parents' relationship.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of get it. Like, okay, be mad, but like, do all this because of that. Like, I thought that was too much.
So, like, Stu and Billy kidnapped her father, kept him in the closet to, like, pin everything on him. But I never really understood what Stu's motivation was.
Well, I mean, I think he was just a dumb friend who was peer pressured, like he said, while
Yeah.
he's dying from the stabs. Yeah, but I think he was just peer pressure. But I mean, we also have to look. He did kill Casey Becker.
Uh-huh.
They were dating, and then she dumped him for Steve. So I mean, he had a motive right there, and that's why he killed Steve.
But if, like, the majority of the whole fucking thing was just to get back at...
At people, yeah, people that you don't like, pretty much. Because I mean, that's the only motive that he had, and to killing those people. And I think he was just fucking mental.
Yeah, he must be. I mean, it's just... It's kind of whack.
Yes,
Like...
it is.
Uh, so, the movie ends pretty fucking close to this point. Now that we know who it is, they get taken down, and everybody finds
By
out that...
Gail.
Yeah.
Well, Gail tried the first time, and it was fucking on safety.
And
Dumbass.
Sydney learns that it really wasn't fucking Cotton that killed her mom.
Nope.
It was Billy,
Yep.
because
He pinned it all on her.
he was just a salty little shit. So if you had to rate this movie 1 out of 10, 10 being that's some good shit, what would you rate it?
That's some good shit for sure. It was probably, that one was my favorite out of the whole franchise, number one.
So you would give this movie a 10?
Definitely.
I think I'd probably give it maybe like an 8.
Okay. What did you think needed to be improved?
I think I wanted to know more about Cotton.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. We didn't get to really know his character yet.
Yeah, and like all these accusations about like Casey's not I keep saying Casey, about Sydney's mom being like a hoe. I would have wanted them to go more into her mom. Cuz like the
Yeah.
movie starts it's just like she's dead, she's a hoe, that's it.
Yeah, we don't really have any character development.
So this movie in particular, but really the third Scream, those two movies made me really want like a movie or mini series
Really?
about Casey's fucking did it again about Sydney's mom.
Sydney?
Yeah, because 3 gave more depth to who that character was.
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess on to Scream 2.
Yep. I thought it was okay. In Scream 2, the body count is 10,
What was the body count
which
in
is
the
a
first
little
one?
bit higher. Scream, for the first one, it was 8, so 2 extra people die in this one.
2 extra people as a treat.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
So Sydney and Randy, we know right off the bat, after a little bit of watching this movie, are definitely survivors from the last one, even though we know that they were survivors from the last one.
Yes.
But we know that they'll have a role to play in this one as they're both going to the same college, which is Windsor College in Hawaii. I said Hawaii. Hawaii almost came out my fucking mouth. They were
You know
in
what? I honestly
Ohio.
didn't know where they went to college, to be quite honest with you. I'm sure they said it, but I have no idea.
Yeah, the opening of this movie though. I liked the opening of Scream 2.
Jada Pinkett, I love her as an actress.
Just like the whole concept of it. You're going to the movies, everybody's
To see
rowdy.
Stab.
Yeah, it's everybody's rowdy because it's a fucking horror movie based on like true events and shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's gonna be glorified or gorified, so everything's over the top about it.
Oh yeah, based on true events, people are over the top.
And then fucking Jada gets murdered in the theater as the movie's happening, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, this is fucking cool," until it's not. Like, wait,
Yeah.
no, she's really fucking dying.
Yeah, because she starts walking up to the front of the theater and everyone's like, "Okay, what the hell? She's screaming, she is bloody. Okay. What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah, but at the same time, like, who was the killer in this one? Who was the killer that was
Yeah.
stabbing her? Because that the reasoning at the end for who we will eventually find out is the killer. What would be the point of just killing a random, or not even a random? Like, you're gonna kill her boyfriend and then come back and sit down next to her. You had to have known her.
I think honestly he wanted because I think he does these things because he wants it to be on the news and she's gonna hear about it.
Yeah. I mean, what
So I think that's
better of a
why.
place than the fucking Stab movie?
Yeah, and that would make sense. I mean, the movie is literally based on true events of what happened to her. So,
So, and also while the movie was playing, they had another woman playing Casey Becker. Um, oh, she was the girl from Austin Powers.
yes, Heather Graham.
Heather Graham, that's it.
Yes, Heather Graham. I didn't like her I didn't, I mean, I know that she's supposed to be stupid because, I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious. She's stupid in the movie. But I just didn't like her. I guess she didn't have enough spunk compared to obviously who she's supposed to be playing, Casey Becker.
Well, I mean, all she really had to be was like blonde and big eyed, because she'd be the first one that dies. It doesn't really matter anyway.
I don't know. I just didn't like her. I don't know. She just got under my skin. I don't even know why.
Well, fortunately for you, she dies.
I know. I really do not like that character. I'm sorry. I know she's not a big character, but I really do not like her. She got on my nerves.
So, because of the killing at the movie, the killing at Stab, the stabbing at Stab, Sydney and the other Woodsboro survivor, Randy, realize that, well, there's another killer on the loose again, and we know it's not Stu, and we know it's not fucking
Billy.
Billy, so we're doing this shit again.
Yep, and then that's where Deputy Dewey comes back
the old
to see if she's
Doofy,
okay.
Doofy goes to her school and is
You
wanting
know,
to
he's a
protect
good
her.
friend.
He's a good
He's a
friend,
good
but
friend.
he's a good friend, but he's a dumbass.
Yes, he is, but he always shows up and makes sure she's okay. Always calls her. I mean, he always does that in every single Scream movie.
Yeah, in every movie, at least 2, 3, or 4, every time they see each other, it's always a feel-good moment.
Well, yeah, because they probably don't talk. They probably go on with their lives and then just casually talk.
Yeah, I'm like, what would you say?
No, yeah, like y'all both went through that trauma. Hey, how's your trauma doing?
Yeah, like, did you have an okay time at the bathroom today? Like, nobody tried to jump a stall and kill you?
Exactly.
And when Dewey gets there right after, fucking Gail Weathers is there also.
Well, of course.
And of
She
course,
almost got her ass kicked again.
didn't she get punched right here again, or nah?
Yeah. This is where she got. Oh, yeah.
But
I
after
don't know. She does get punched? I can't remember. I honestly forgot.
I watched this movie with COVID brain, so I think she might have gotten punched. I know Sydney fucking decks her a few times.
I just wasn't sure if it was this time. I just can't remember.
I do know that when Sydney goes back into the sorority house, I think it's oh god, I don't remember her name. Another person that was in Scooby Doo, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Her
Oh,
character,
yeah, that girl.
yeah, her
Which
character,
is funny.
Cece, also Casey, Casey
Oh,
Cooper. She is threatened over the phone before the killer attacks her, and she don't make it out. So the police discover her body, and the students that are like partying over somewhere else, like the next house, they go to like check it out. So Sydney doesn't go with them. She goes with her
hell
new
no.
boyfriend, Derek, to his house.
Oh, cheesy motherfucker. Yep. Mhm.
And this is where the killer decides, hey, I'm gonna seize the moment. I'm gonna go after her since she ain't with everybody else. So, let's see. That is at the Delta Lambda Zeta house. Because this is in this when he gives her his letters.
Oh god. I'm sorry, but he was corny throughout the whole damn movie. He was always giving her stuff, and she always thought that he was the killer. I'm just like, just leave her alone. She's obviously telling you she doesn't want to be with you.
Like, why are you fucking people you think are a serial killer?
I don't know. Did he know?
Like, she thought he was a fucking creeper, and she still hung around him.
Yeah, that's true. But then eventually she's like, okay, I'm kind of done with you. It's just too coincidental that all
Yeah.
these things are happening and you're there.
Uh-huh. And so after the killer attacks her at her boyfriend's place, and she goes to the police station, Gail and Dewey notice the names of victims seem to loosely match people from the original Woodsboro murders, which is now the original, I guess we could just call it the people that died in the first Scream. And
Honestly, looking at that, like when they started piecing that together, I was like, okay, maybe this is like a crazy ass fan.
a crazy fan, like
Yeah,
it was
I was
a
thinking, okay, thought it was a crazy fan. Because I was like, okay, maybe they're just obsessed and they didn't like how it ended.
so they go make their own ending.
I think so. Possibly. But we'll find out later. But that's what I thought at first.
So as Gail and Dewey notice that those names match, the same time the police chief assigns the two detectives to protect Sydney. So
Oh, yeah, they definitely protect her.
yeah, anybody that's supposed to protect anybody in these fucking movies does a bad job.
Yeah, that's true. Because, I mean, look, Cotton Weary shows up.
Yeah, he does. And he's just like, hey, I need you to be okay with me going on TV. And, no, fuck off. Please.
Well, because Gail's an asshole. Because Gail told him that she was going to get him like an interview with Sydney, and she didn't even tell Sydney. So of course, when she shows up with Cotton, she's like, "What the fuck are you doing here with Cotton?"
Yeah, at least
That was a bitch ass move.
Cotton was a dope person about it though, because he even was upset with Gail. That's when his concerns.
Yeah, he was.
He put his concerns aside and focused on Gail. Like, how could you fucking do that?
Yeah, he was not happy. I mean, I would understand why too. I'm like, what the fuck? I wanted to get my few minutes of fame.
Mhm. So let's see. Sorry, my throat's getting a little weird.
Oh no, it's okay. To be quite honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan of this movie.
Why is that?
There's some parts that are kind of fog. I honestly don't know. I really don't know. I guess I just thought the storyline was kind of dumb.
Well, to be fair, it's sequels are never really that good. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
look at what it was coming after. Look at what it followed. It had big shoes to fill.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
So while Dewey and Gale are talking, they also link up with Randy. And
Aww.
Randy gets a phone call. And he decides, I'm gonna keep... This is actually the most clever anybody in the fucking franchise has been. He
Yeah,
thinks,
that's true. Distract him.
I'm gonna keep this motherfucker on the phone. Y'all go talk to... Just go fucking get people that are on the phone and confront them. Make sure it's
Yeah,
not them.
that was actually really smart.
Well, I mean, in theory, yeah, but the execution, we find
Oh
out.
my God. No, I know, because he gets killed. Okay, yes, he gets killed. I
So,
fucking hated that part.
Randy gets pulled inside Gale's vehicle and stabbed to death by the killer. Which Gale and Dewey, they come and they find him, and obviously they're taken back. I don't know why Gale doesn't give a shit that he was killed in her car. I think she's just more shocked to see that he was killed to begin with. But this is...
Yes, and it's hilarious. The cameraman like faints when he looks inside.
Yeah, they kind of allude that it is the cameraman because, like, he goes away and then he comes back after Randy dies. So
I'm sorry, but I think he was stupid. I mean, honestly, I would have already left by then. I wouldn't have stayed.
I liked the cameraman. He was one of my favorite characters. Even though he was,
Yeah,
like,
he was pretty
legit.
funny.
He was legit for comedic relief, but he was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but he wasn't fat this time. I thought that was funny.
She probably needed somebody who had good cardio and keep up with her.
Yeah, that's why she would. I mean, she always made fun of Kenny.
Mm-hmm. So after that, they go to a... Gale and Dewey go to a lecture room to watch the video footage that they've been taking and try to get a glimpse of the killer. And that's when she notices
Oh, and that's when the love sparks.
Yeah. But Gale notices another TV screen playing footage that her cameraman had not taken. So she's just like, what the fuck? Because it's not perspective of, like I said, the cameraman. She thinks it's perspective of the video is of the killer. Because it's showing clips of Cece on the porch, which was Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Randy in the park, the two people who have died. And then finally it shows the backs of both of them as they're watching the video. So they turn around and they notice Ghostface up in the projector room, and that's when Dewey's like, alright, I'm gonna go get him. Gale...
Go by yourself.
Yeah, don't split up. And they fucking split up. And Gale gets cornered by Ghostface, even though Dewey went after him. So again, Dewey doing what Dewey does best. And she decides that she's going to hide in the recording area, which this scene was pretty fucking interesting.
Yeah, because he couldn't see her, but he could just...
Yeah, and it was all
Like,
soundproof.
Oh, yeah. It was soundproof. That's what it was.
So she was watching him get stabbed like a few fucking times.
Dude, he's been stabbed so many fucking times.
He's the 50 Cent of getting stabbed. He really
he's
is.
taking stabs like a champ.
Dewey Cent is what he is.
You know what? I bet you that fucking stab hurt.
I would imagine any stab would hurt.
Dude, but he got stabbed already in the first one, and then he just got stabbed a few more times. Jesus Christ.
But somehow Gil gets out of that room. She opens the door where the killer is, and the shelf falls down, and then he goes away, and she manages to get out. Honestly, between the two, I would have rather seen her get stabbed, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh, I mean, she gets her stabs later on.
And so the protection that the sheriff sent Sydney home with obviously are killed while their vehicle...
They're always killed.
Yeah. So we don't got to worry about them. Not that we were very concerned to begin with. But the
Hell
killer...
no, they sucked.
Yeah, and now that leaves Sydney and her roommate, Haley, open
Alone.
to, you know, being fucked with by Ghostface. And so all this is happening in the back of a car.
Dude, I don't know how the fuck they got out of there while he was passed out. I don't know how he did it.
It
Or
was
how they did
frustrating
it.
though. It was so fucking frustrating because she goes to take the hood off of him and the horn goes off, and so she's like, "Yeah, no, never mind. Let me
She should
just
have
get
never
out."
fucking did that. She should have never done that.
The horn scared her. That's why she didn't take the fucking mask off. She should have just took the mask off when she realized the horn's not enough to wake him up. Like
Well,
wham
she's
bam.
dumb.
Like it was a painful contrast from her in the first movie, because her in the first movie she was pretty fucking smart. Like she was outmaneuvering these two people. Granted, they were high school students. It's not like there was big brain material to debunk anyway. But
Yeah, that's true.
you're in college now. This is the second time this shit's happening to you. Take the fucking mask off while you get the chance. That way, if you do get stabbed or somebody else does die, you know the fucking face. You know who is coming after you. They don't need the fucking ghost face shit anymore. Like, it felt like the movie could have ended right there, but
You
no.
know, but I think she was destined to die.
I feel like Sydney kind of is destined to die. The fact that she's made it all the way to the fifth movie
Yeah, that's
uh,
true, but that's very, very true. But she's
is,
the main character.
yeah. Uh, uh, it's just, that scene was just really painful to watch. But, yeah, so.
She gets killed, of course, because she didn't keep fucking running.
Oh, her roommate?
Her friend, yes.
Which, it's, that too, like, her roommate's the one saying, no, don't go back, we need to fucking get out of here. So it's just as much her fault for dying as it is Sydney's fault for her dying.
I know. She's like, we need to know who it is. No, you don't. Not in this situation. Get the fuck out of there.
It's like you had your chance to go see who it is.
I know, and you fucked that up royally. So just go.
So Sydney decides, I'm gonna go back to school. I'm just gonna run to the fucking theater. And that's what she does. And of course, bumps into the killer. And the killer reveals himself to be Mickey, her new boyfriend's best friend, which I think was played by Timothy Oliphant.
Yes. Yes, that's his name.
Again, I don't understand what his motive could have been.
Honestly, he said, well, from what he says, his motive is pretty much he's just, well, if you saw like how he was in the film, he was pretty interested in films as well. Like he seemed like he had a lot of knowledge as well. So I think he was just an obsessed fan, another obsessed fan. I think, oh no, he actually wanted to be known as a killer, like a serial killer. And, well, I guess, can I say who the next killer is?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so we find out the killer is Billy Loomis's mom. What is her name?
I think her name is, no, I want to say Debbie.
I can't remember her name.
She was pretending to be a reporter in the movie. I know in the movie her name was Debbie Salt.
Yes, Debbie Salt. That's what it was. Debbie Salt. That stupid reporter.
Yeah, as far as like the actual actress's name, I don't remember her name. When I saw her, I was like, oh, it's the sister from Roseanne.
Yes. You know what, though? What I don't understand, like, I understand she had plastic surgery or whatever, because she said she had plastic surgery, but how did they not know that she was Billy Loomis's mom? Like, how did they not know this? Like, Gail Weathers and them. She wrote the book.
Yeah, like, I think
so I don't...
Gail should have known. I know Dewey probably wouldn't have known, and there's a good reason that Sydney didn't see her, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Because if Sydney would have saw her, she would have been like, what did you say your name was? Bitch, that's not you. You're Miss Loomis.
Yeah, but I mean, it's obvious why she's the killer, because she killed Billy Loomis, her son.
And then, right when them two
we also figure out why, where she met Mickey. She met him on a website, a serial killer website.
Serial killer website?
No, for real, she did. That's how she found him.
Like, in this in the position of Sydney, how do you not laugh at these people? I guess you don't laugh because they're trying to kill you, but outside of
Yeah.
that, like, how do you not fucking laugh at these people? Like, they're just pathetic. They're just crybabies that don't know how
Yeah.
to, like, process their fucking emotions.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This movie was the one where it most shocked, like it shocked me who the killer was, because I'm like, who the fuck could it be? Like it really, I just couldn't think who the hell could it be. I really didn't know that it would be his mom,
I liked that
but
it
that
was
would
his
make
mom.
sense.
Like, I thought it was really fucking cool that it was his mom, but again, with Mickey, uh, Mickey was just kind of like stupid. Like, I know y'all
I
want
mean,
to keep it to be like two killers. I know y'all need to have that second killer. So he felt just kind of like a fucking giveaway.
yeah, but we already know what happens. Can only be one survivor, so
Uh,
she kills him.
yeah, she. Well, no. Oh yeah, you're talking about Miss Loomis shoots Mickey.
Yep.
I don't know why my brain was like, Sydney didn't do that. It's because Sydney didn't do that. Miss Loomis did it. And she talks, they always got to give their big speech about why they did it and how they're going to get away with it. They always counting their eggs before they hatch. This is when Cotton comes. He just kind of fucking stumbles in there, I guess. And
Yes.
Cotton is actually the one to save the day in this.
Yes, he does.
Only because.
Because Sydney said that she'll get, hey, will you do that 5 minutes of fame? And then she said, you got it.
Yep, and he
Consider
fucking
it
gets it
done.
too. He gets them fucking 5 minutes. He gets more than fucking 5 minutes. He gets his own goddamn TV show. 100% Cotton.
Yep. Yeah, he does. Because at the end, she's like, the real hero is Cotton. He's the one that you need to get an interview with. And that was her saying, here, I fucking helped you. I'm done with you. Leave me the
Hmm.
fuck alone.
And all the news people go around him, and Cotton's just like saying, no, there's a time and a price for this interview, and it'll make
Yep.
one
He's
hell of
already
a
trying to make
movie.
money.
Uh huh. Which I mean is kind of smart.
Smart.
Like it's shitty,
Yeah,
but it's
no, it
smart.
is.
Especially with who he has in mind to interview him.
Time is money.
For real. And then we get to the third movie, but before we start discussing that, since we still have about an hour left, what did you think of Scream 2? Like
Uh,
1 out of 10. I know you already said you didn't like it that much, but
mm,
like what would you?
I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. I'll be nice. I'm feeling nice today because I do love Scream. So I'll give it a 6.
Yeah, that's about what it's rated on IMDb is
Oh,
6.2.
for real?
Yep.
Ah, that's funny.
I'd have to rate it about the same. Like it was just kind of like it was just something to watch.
Yeah, that it was kind of like background noise, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it was. I mean, it was interesting to catch up with old characters, see how shit's affected them, but it was really frustrating to see that they didn't really learn from what happened before. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like, oh no, it's happening again.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it had its ups and downs,
It was really
but it's a
cool to.
sequel.
It was really cool to see Cotton though. Like Cotton's one of my
Yeah.
favorite people in the whole fucking franchise.
Yes, and we get more information on him. We actually get to see him. I mean, because in the first one, we only see him on TV
Yep.
in handcuffs. So, I mean, we don't really know him.
So in the third movie, it starts off with. I believe it starts off with Cotton, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And the body count for this one is the same as the second one, 10.
I thought you. Oh, for Scream 3, the body count is 10?
Yep,
Okay.
the same as
So,
Scream 2.
so Cotton Weary, he's now a talk show host, like we said, 100% Cotton. And he's fucking living it up. Like, this dude is loaded. Like, he's got a nice house, he's got the
Yeah,
girl,
he's
he's got
fucking
fucking
rich.
everything. And so he's talking to I think his agent about his role
Yeah, it's his agent.
his role in Stab 3 and other opportunities. And that's when he's interrupted by a female fan who is just like flattering him and everything. And that's when he starts to like kind of click that it's not a fan, it's Ghostface.
You know what? I want to know why the hell these people keep talking to people that they don't fucking know. I don't mean to cut you off, but that just bugs the shit out of me.
No, like we know that caller ID exists because they called
I
her in the second
know.
movie. So, I mean, he has a cell phone. Cell phones came with caller ID. Like,
Did it say like who was calling on the next line? Like, was it up to date? Because I don't really know how technology was. I don't remember.
well, the third movie came out in 2000. So, I mean, at the very least, he could have looked and seen what phone number was calling him. I know he heard it on the phone, like he heard that little beep, like, hey, somebody else
Yeah,
is calling
yeah,
you. So maybe, like, he just got the beep and he didn't have a fucking LED panel on his phone. You know what I'm
maybe.
saying? So he just kind of answers it and is just like, yeah, you a girl, blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah, he
it's
falls
really,
for it.
it's Ghostface. And Ghostface is stalking his girlfriend, who is played by Kelly Rutherford. Her name is Christine in the movie. And Ghostface is basically talking to Cotton, saying that, you could either tell me where
Tell me where
Sydney
Sydney
is,
is.
or I can kill Christine, because I know where Christine is.
Yeah, she's very pretty. She's taking a shower.
Of course, they're going to have some sissy lady doing sissy stuff.
Yeah, I love that the killer said except for Maureen Prescott. I was like, stop. Saying that she's not very pretty. I'm like, stop.
That's so rude. Stop.
I know. I caught that when I watched because I'm gonna be honest with you. This movie is the one that I watched the most out of all the Screams. Yes, Scream is my favorite, but I watched Scream 3 the most. I
You
don't
know,
know why, but I just did.
so when I do research for the movies, typically, like, I don't base all my research off Reddit because a lot of the folks on Reddit don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But
Yeah.
I will kind of go to Reddit to see what the general feel for a movie is, especially if I haven't seen it before or I haven't seen it in a really long time. And Scream 3 was the one in the franchise that I hadn't seen in a really long time. I think I watched it right after I finished high school. So it's been
Ah, okay.
yeah, it's been like 11 years or 12 years now, I guess. And everybody hates it. Everybody hates this fucking movie. And
Really?
yeah, and when I watched it, I mean, I could kind of understand why, but at the same time, it's like they're just overreacting. It's not really that
Yeah,
fucking bad of a fucking movie.
you're right. But I was like, oh my God, when we find out who the killer is later on. I was a
Yeah,
little like, what? God damn it.
so Cotton starts driving home frantically, trying to get to Ghostface before Ghostface can get to Catherine. And I think we should note that if you haven't seen the movie and you're listening to all these spoilers, um, the device that Ghostface uses to change his voice, he's actually able to change his voice to sound like Cotton's. And so while he's tormenting Christine, it sounds like Cotton is the one
Just like
doing it.
Cotton.
So while she's hiding behind the door, seeing the door be hacked into, she legitimately thinks that this is Cotton trying to fucking kill her.
I mean, honestly, I would think that too. I mean, it sounds like him. Literally just like him.
Which, I mean, that's a good twist. I thought that was pretty cool, but unfortunately, this is the only fucking time we see it in the movie. No, it isn't. No, it's not. Because they mention it later on in the film. But when Cotton does get there, and he does go to the room where Ghostface had trapped her, she's ready to fucking square up with him. Like, she tries to beat the
Hell
shit out
yeah.
of him. A good honor.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that Ghostface was manipulating her. He's kind of like, what the fuck's going on?
You know,
She's like, you've gone crazy.
he could have had a bit of a fucking idea because Ghostface was a woman right before it was Ghostface.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could say it
But,
wasn't me, blah blah blah, but and it sounds exactly like you. There's not a whole lot of explaining you can do to get yourself out of that situation.
well, to be honest, that's why her ass dies. Because right after she hits him over the head, Ghostface comes up behind her and fucking stabs her in the back.
Dude, he tried to warn her though.
Yeah, he said, Christine, behind you, and it was too late. She fucking hit him.
When you're done
That
whooping
was
my ass,
stupid.
turn around.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but that was stupid. That annoyed the shit out of me. She was stupid.
And so right here, Cotton is killed as well. And then the title of the movie comes up, and yay, Scream 3.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't have died if he would have just told the person where Sydney was.
Yeah, but like, Sydney was the reason he was in the position he was in, so I could see how he would have some sense of loyalty to her. But
I'm sorry, I would have.
I probably would have too because there would have been more money in it. Nobody would have known
Yeah.
that Cotton was the one that told where she was, and if they did find out, he could be like, yeah, well, I tried to call the police, I couldn't get through, and the dude went after, like, he told me my address, he told me he knew where I lived, he told me about Christine, all that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
But in the same token, like, this is a slasher movie, he probably would have still gotten killed, and so would Christine.
Yeah, I think he was also another character that was destined to die.
Yeah. Um, but the movie opens and we see Sydney, and she's now living in a really
Deserted ass
secluded.
place,
Yeah, she's living in like this really secluded area in California. And
which I don't blame her.
yeah, all these locks. She got the dog. She got the home alarm. Like, good for her. And of
And
course,
and then her job is very secretive. She doesn't even go by her name. It's a fake name.
yeah, and I mean, it's kind of obvious that she would be working at a women's crisis counseling center. You know,
Yes.
one of those work from home
Yes.
positions.
Yeah, she even has like an office number and then like her home phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Like she really don't give out her phone number.
And I guess after she's done working, she turns on the TV and she learns that Cotton was targeted and killed in his house during the making of Stab 3, which is called Return to Woodsboro.
Oh
And
God.
it kind of fucks with her a bit. Understandably, it fucks with her a bit.
Yeah, I mean it really. I mean she spills literally all the dog food
Yeah.
on the.
Well, I mean, if you're going to spill anything, spill dog food. Dogs will eat it from fucking anywhere.
I mean that is true. That is very true. But yeah, you can tell she's like, oh fuck, it's happening again, just by the look in her face.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I would be too. She went through. Here we go, third time. Third time's a charm.
Like, the second time, you're just like, okay, maybe somebody's pissed about it. But the third time, you're just like, who? Like, really, who the fuck has a problem? Why are we as adults not talking out shit? Like, you can't shit talk me on, like, fucking MySpace like everybody else. Post a fucking bulletin and put a fucking blingy sticker on it, for Christ's sakes. Tacky ass blingy stickers. Remember that shit?
Yes, I do.
Why are they even called stickers? They're on the fucking internet. You can't stick them anywhere.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Anyways, we go from Sydney to see Gail, what Gail's been doing. And now she's with this new company. I think it was called Total Entertainment.
Oh God.
And
And can I please just say her bangs in this fucking movie annoyed the shit out of me.
dude, it looked like toddler's teeth, like growing in toddler's teeth. Didn't
Yeah.
it? It's like her
I
hair was
can't.
doing drugs.
Yeah, no, I didn't like her hair at all. It was very distracting.
It's like when she let her hair down, it didn't look so bad.
No, it looked bad. Quit playing. It was bad.
Like her fucking bangs look like a broken serrated knife. Like, they were everywhere. It's fucking everywhere.
You know what? Honestly, her hair looked like, like how a broom is, like at the ends.
Yeah, like a frayed ass broom. Yeah, but like
Yes.
one of them decorative ones that grandmas put on their wall, made of like wicker and shit.
Yeah, let's just say we do not like her bangs.
I mean, she had a new hairstyle in every movie, but
Yeah, oh yeah,
this
she
was a
did.
choice. Oh, I did read that she only had her hair like this because Dewey, the guy that plays Dewey, David Arquette, pushed her to get her hair like that.
Really?
And yeah, and so how she still to this day, clearly because we're doing it right now, she still gets shit about it. He always feels bad.
Yeah.
He always feels bad every time she gets shit about it because he was like, yeah, she wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for me.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's why they divorced.
Fuck. Oh
I'm just
shit.
saying.
Maybe. But yeah, so we meet up with Gail and her whack ass haircut now at her new job, and she's giving a lecture at some school. I don't remember what the school is, but that's when
Oh, here
she's,
comes a detective.
yeah, all Mark Kincaid, Patrick
Yeah, he
Dempsey.
he played in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw him. I was like, that's that Grey's Anatomy
Yes,
dude.
I love Grey's Anatomy. So I was happy.
I think Patrick Dempsey is really good looking, so when he came out, I was just like, yeah. And then
Yeah, I agree.
that's when Mark Kincaid, the detective. I'm just probably just going to call him the detective for the rest of this movie.
Yes.
He was he's the one that told Gail that hey, Cotton was died,
I
and
have to show you something, and if you fucking tell anybody, it's you that is gonna be arrested.
for real. And when Cotton died, we found a picture of Sydney's mom, a younger Sydney's mom, on his body.
Yeah, that was weird. I thought right there, I was like, okay, this obviously is gonna tell more about Maureen Prescott. That's where I was like, okay, finally we get to know how her mom really is
Yeah, and while we learned about her throughout the movie, we didn't really learn too
throughout the
much about
movie.
her. We basically got the same thing, just a little more detailed from the first movie. But
Yeah,
which I thought that was kind of, they gave us something while giving us nothing. But
yeah, we still have to figure it out.
so we go to the set of Stab 3 and we're kind of introduced to new characters, which is there's a director named Roman and there's a producer, this is John Milton, and
Oh my God.
a studio executive. They're all talking about this decision whether they should continue with the movie or cancel it because of Cotton dying in everybody's mind on the press and the public and all that shit. Because violence in cinema are raised as questions. But from Roman's point of view, it wasn't his idea to put Cotton in the movie. That was the studio's decision. So
Uh-huh.
let's just fucking get on with it. Let me finish making this movie. Like this
Oh,
is
so selfish.
yeah, because he was only making a horror movie because the studio told him that we're not going to give you the budget for the movie you want to make until you make the movie we want you to make.
I missed that part in the movie. I'm actually like surprised.
Yeah, that's what he starts going off about. He's like you said you
Oh
wanted a
my
fucking
God.
horror movie. That's what I'm trying to do. So,
That makes sense now.
so that's why Roman is a little pissed off about like, look, I didn't even want to make this fucking movie. Just let me make it so I could do what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I always wonder why he was so angry, but that makes a lot of sense now. It makes a lot of sense.
And in the meantime, the detective is trying to like make a connection between Cotton's death and the movie. And there's a different detective who is Grey's Anatomy dude, Patrick Dempsey's partner. His name is Detective Wallace. And do you remember his fucking connection, which was like so on the nose it was painful?
No.
He goes, well, the movie's called Stab. He was stabbed. It's like, really?
Oh my god.
So, obviously, there's Doofy number 2.
Mm.
But then we go back to the movie set, and I think by this point in the movie, I'm not really swayed to really like much of anybody except Sydney.
Yeah, and it's sad what happens next
Yeah, because like
when Sydney gets the phone call.
everybody that we've seen so far is just kind of a self-serving asshole, except maybe Dewey. But with Sydney, like, she's really the only person we actually give a shit about now that we know it's kind of hard to kill Dewey. But we go
True.
back to the set of Stab 3, and we're just shown all of the actors on the movie, and there's quite a bit of actors playing on this movie. There's I think we're showed the person who plays Randy, I think. And then there's somebody who plays Dewey. There's somebody who plays
Sydney.
Sydney. And there's another person there, and they're all just discussing Cotton's death, as well as
Jenny McCarthy, Candy. That's
yes,
the girl's name in
that's the
the
one.
movie.
Well,
Candy.
they're discussing, hey, do we even have a fucking job anymore? Like, are they still making this movie? And the one who plays, oh fuck, what's his name? I think Tyson, and
Oh yeah, the black guy.
yes, and the one who plays Sydney are just kind of.
I can't. What was her name? I don't remember her name.
I think it was Angelina.
Oh yeah. It was.
So
Thank you.
Tyson and Angelina are worried about, like, are we still even going to have a job, like, period, because this is kind of a big deal. And another guy mocks them, and Sydney's just like, you know what, do whatever.
Yeah,
But
she really wasn't wanting to do it because she thought it would risk a lot of people's lives.
Yeah. And so Sarah, who is the one who plays Candy, she looks at them and she's just kind of like, whatever. She just goes back to reading her script. Like, she doesn't really give him too much of her time. But Gail gets up there.
Yeah, she ain't worried.
Gail gets up there and she meets her twin, Jennifer Jolie.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, her character honestly was what made the movie feel very Scooby-Doo for me.
Yes. I mean, honestly, I only see, like, when I see her, I just think of Dazed and Confused.
Like, everything from how she dressed to how she acted to how she ran. Like, in the movie, it was just very Scooby-Doo. It was very fucking goofy to me. Like, even though there's a threat, literally people are dying, you're gonna act that way? You're gonna fucking hop around on fucking set? Like, okay. Which also kind of shows how unattached from reality people like that can be. And when I say people like that, I mean, I guess just rich people can be. Because obviously none of these people are really worried for money. I mean,
But you know what?
worried about their
Why was she
career.
with Dewey then?
Because you're talking about Angelina?
No, why was the girl that played Gail Weathers, why was she
Jennifer.
so up Dewey's ass?
I meant Jennifer. She was with Dewey because Dewey had, like, first-hand knowledge. I think that's what they said.
God.
And he was, like, her protector and stuff.
Oh God. I forgot about that.
That's why he had that trailer in the back of her house.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But said that he was her protector, yet Patrick Warburton played her actual security guard. That's why I was
He's funny.
Oh, dude, I love Patrick Warburton. It's always interesting seeing him in roles where he plays somebody who's serious.
Yes, because which is also funny, he was in the movie that we talked about last episode.
Which movie?
Better Watch Out. He was Better Watch Out.
Oh, that's right. He was
the
the dad. Yeah. But he didn't really have that big of a part in that movie either. I mean,
No, he didn't.
I'd like to see the follow-up to that, though.
Yeah, I would too.
Especially if he has a bigger part in it. But, where were we at? We were at Gail meeting up with Jennifer Jolie.
With her twin.
Yeah, and these two are kind of like glue, only because Jennifer won't leave Gail alone. She's doing extensive, I guess you could say extensive background research on Gail.
Yeah, way too much.
Yeah, and Gail realizes that Dewey is, quote, a technical advisor for her. And clearly, is just clearly hooking up with Jen also. So, Dewey sees Gail and he goes straight to basically what our mindset is that she's only back to get a story. She's not back
And she is.
Yeah, she's not back to, like, actually be beneficial to anybody. But,
well, of course.
Yeah, so they kind of have a little one-on-one kind of tiff with each other. And that's when Milton, who I believe is the security guard? No, who's Milton? Milton. My brain is not working. Milton is the producer.
Yes.
The producer of the movie sees Sydney and Dewey, and he decides y'all need to get off set. And that's when we get another Easter egg in the franchise, is Jay and Silent Bob. They see
Gail.
Oh my
God.
They see Gail.
Yes.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I like them.
Oh, so, like, this movie actually felt like it dragged on probably the longest out of, well, no, I wouldn't say out of all of them, because Scream 4 really dragged the fuck on.
Dude, I can't wait till we get to that, because it's just going to be mostly shit talking.
It is. It really is. So, Sydney kind of, I don't know, she kind of goes through it in this one, because this one's more about her mom. Like, she actually really
leaving her Easter eggs.
Yeah, she really starts to do the fucking research about her mom, and she kind of teams up with Gail to do it, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yep. So, let's see. I think that's where she has her first chase with Ghostface, too. Let's see. I do know that in the movie, Gail and Dewey wind up going to lunch with each other, and they start discussing the relationship as it's transpired over the past few years, and how Dewey was frustrated with Gail, like, just being Gail, even though Gail.
Oh, I don't blame him.
Yeah, and even though that Gail is like, look, bro, this is me. I'm sorry, but work is work. And she starts trying to work. She starts, like, pointing out the connection between Cotton and Sydney. And Dewey was like, look, bro, I mean, a couple months back, somebody did try to get Sydney's case, and Dispatch didn't want to do anything about it, so.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, but Dewey went and removed Sydney's file before the thief could get it. So he was looking out for her. That's probably the most protection he's done in the whole fucking franchise.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot he did that. Yeah, that is one thing he did do right.
But that's when their lunch is interrupted because Jennifer calls Dewey and is like, "Hey, come over." And Gail's like, "All right, well, I'm going too." And they get there and they're all worked up about Sarah's death, and that's when we meet Patrick Warburton's character, who is the actual bodyguard.
And he gets killed.
Yeah, he has a pretty fucking funny death.
Yeah, he does. That makes me angry.
Like, the way he just, like, walked in front of the door and just looked at them, and they just kind of looked back at him, and then...
boop. I mean, that's all you can do.
I mean, like, what can you do? You've been stabbed in the fucking head. You kind of gotta die at that point.
I honestly would be staring at the body as well. I'd be like, what the fuck just happened?
So we go back to the set of Stab 3, and they're discussing the murder, and Gail's asking questions about the crime scene, and Dewey's just like, I think if we're going by the script, if this killer is going by the script, Jennifer should be get killed next, since she plays Gail. And Gail flips out because she dies in the movie, which is kind of stupid, because, bitch, it's a fucking movie. Like,
Yeah, she's stupid.
get over yourself. And that's when the director is just like, look, there's actually 3 scripts, so that was made that way to prevent spoilers. So there's no guarantee that Jennifer is next. Plus, she's got a bodyguard, so she should be fine. Or no, he said somebody else was going to be watching over her, so she should be fine.
I think Roman was so suspicious.
Yeah, he pretty much was. Like,
Yeah, he was.
that's kind of why, like, when what happens later, oh god, I'm not going to say it. I'll say it when we get there.
What?
When they show that Roman died later,
Oh, yeah.
just how set up it looked. Like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
believe anybody in this movie is fucking dead unless, like, I feel there's no fucking pulse. But then again, I also wouldn't stick around to fucking feel a pulse like a lot of these people in this fucking franchise do.
No, I wouldn't either.
So, when we go back to Sydney, we see her. She's still working. Doing her job, until a female caller tells her that she killed somebody. And that's when Sydney says, well, you should be calling the police, not me. That's when Ghostface, or my brain just stopped working. Sydney tells the girl to call the police, and that's when the caller's voice insists that, no, I need to be calling you. And it's the killer using Maureen Prescott's voice. They start tormenting Sydney, asking her to turn on. Yeah, they start saying turn on the news. And that's when they discuss on the news Sarah's death. And it's the killer's raspy voice now. It's no longer Maureen's voice. And he says, do you think this whole thing is over? Sydney's locked and loaded now, and she's ready to pop a cap at somebody's ass. She's looking, and she doesn't find him. This scene was pretty interesting. Like, how does he have her mom's voice? I can understand how he has Cotton's voice, because Cotton was still alive, but how does he have her mom's voice?
I don't know. That's a good question.
So,
that is a good. I don't know.
I know that. Do you just want to jump forward to Act 3?
Yes.
Because this movie, a lot of shit happens in this movie. After,
honestly, it was too all over the place, I think.
Yeah, like they tried to cram so much shit into an hour and some odd minutes.
Yeah, well, we find out Roman is the killer. It's actually her brother.
Yeah, and he's just
He's pissed off because his mom shut him out because he was trying to look for her. He went looking for her, and she just disowned him. So he was mad because she grew up with her mom, and he didn't get a chance. I thought that was fucking stupid.
Yeah, it was. Like, why? It's not Sydney's fault.
Yeah, like, do all this, really? You did all that?
And not only that, but like I don't know, the scenes where we're learning about Maureen, and even at the end when we're learning about Maureen, it's like, we get it. She was a hoe. Like, but at the same time, he's also talking about how he orchestrated her death, and that it was really him who killed Maureen, not Stu and Billy. And it's just like, it makes you wonder all the times where Stu and Billy were just like conveniently not there, if they were talked into this by...
I mean, he was able to convince Billy because Maureen was cheating with his dad, so
Yeah, but again, they are also impressionable teenage students. So, I mean, think of all the shit that you would try when you're in high school. Why not murder? Like,
yeah,
if the price
that's
is
true.
fucking right, if you got somebody who's assured you that you can get away with it, like if they're gonna make a movie and you're gonna be a fucking star over it.
Fucking idiots, that's what I call them.
So, Sydney kills
This movie
him.
sucked.
Yeah, Sydney kills him. And then I don't think she really tells anybody who he is. If I remember correctly, I think she just fucking killed him. And was like, alright, that's done with.
Yeah, I don't think she told him. I can't remember.
I kind
No,
of,
I don't think she did.
like, if she would have, I would have loved to read Gail's book. Her new book on everything.
She needs to. I mean, she does love to write.
I think it would have been really fun if Wes Craven got with his people and was like, yeah, let's go ahead and make this book like a real thing.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Alright, so now on, I think both to our least favorite,
Yeah.
which
Mm,
is rated better than the third one. Go figure. Uh,
interesting.
Scream 3 is rated the least out of all of them. Like
Wow.
the new one is actually rated better than the original. So the Scream that just came out is rated 7.5, original Scream is 7.3, Scream 3 is 5.6, and Scream
Wow.
4 6.2. So 6.2 is the same for the second one as well.
And there
Again,
is actually more kills in this one than any of them. There's 14.
I just did not like this one, man.
I didn't either.
Like,
I did not either. I'm just gonna start saying stuff because I thought this movie was terrible. I'm not gonna try and like thaw out the whole movie.
yeah, go for it.
I'm sorry, I do not like Emma Roberts. First off, she got on my nerves, who was the main character in this movie, and was also the killer, her cousin. So that means her mom, the killer, her mom, was Maureen Prescott's sister. So that made Sydney her cousin. But she was pretty much just envy of Sydney. She wanted her life. She wanted to be the victim. So that's why she did all that, pretty much.
Yeah, the part where she was like, how do you live with like all these cameras on you all the time, like
Yeah,
being
that,
famous? That's what I was like, nope, that's her. They couldn't have made it any more fucking obvious.
yeah. I honestly think I will tell you the part where there's a part where she tells her she doesn't know it's her cousin yet that it's the killer.
Mm-hmm.
So she tells her to hide under the bed, and so she like distracts the killer so she can get away, kind of.
Yeah.
But she told her to stay right there and she'd come back for her. And she wasn't there. So I'm like, okay, where the fuck did she go? How convenient.
Another thing that I think was a plain fucking giveaway that it was Emma is when they were sitting on the bed watching Shaun of the Dead, and the killer called and was like, you're watching Shaun of the Dead. How is anybody supposed to know that that wasn't in the fucking room? Like, especially when we find out the killer's across the street. Like, she had to have been at least one of the two killers. It's like, at that point, we know it's either Emma or Hayden Panettiere's character. And Emma's the one who's more closely related to Sydney. I mean, it's her cousin, so it just makes sense that it should be Emma, because everybody in this fucking franchise so far has had a connection with Sydney in some way. Are we having some mic problems? I think we're having some mic problems on April's end, so while she's fixing that, let's go back and take a look at some other shit that happened in the movie. Um, so Gail is back in this one, as is Dewey, and Gail is putting in the work. I know there's a party that goes on, and Gail is all about that party. She goes there and she starts putting up cameras. She goes in her truck, and as soon as she gets in her truck, she notices that these cameras are starting to like go, they're getting turned. Like whoever is the killer is at this party, he's at this barn, and he's taking the cameras and he's turning them down. So she goes back in there to start fixing them, and we see from her camera while she's fixing them that the killer is behind her. So a fight
I think this
ensues.
part was so stupid. How the stab, the whole thing. It was annoying.
Yeah, and fucking Dewey's stupid ass at the end of the movie. Oh, we have matching wounds. Like, you didn't figure that shit out. You're a cop. You didn't figure that shit
Yeah.
out until after you went to her room. And she was like, oh, how does she know we had matching wounds? Like, boy, get the fuck out of here. I don't know, this movie was a fucking garbage fire. I saw one of my friends today say that, I think it was Jax, say that, well, a Scream movie is better than no Scream movie. And for looking at Scream 4, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they just made Scream 4 because they hadn't made a Scream movie in a fucking while.
Yeah.
And then that franchise, the TV show, no bueno. No fucking bueno. It was basically...
Yeah, I didn't like this movie.
It was fucking Degrassi with some fucking cayenne powder. That's all it was.
Yeah, I give this a 4, to be quite honest. A 4. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was just really fucking predictable. Like,
Yeah, it was.
again, another fucking horror buff is the killer. Like, y'all did that with Scream 2, and y'all made the movie nerd the killer. You're making the movie nerd a killer again, and then you're making somebody who wants fame a killer again. So...
Yeah, I thought it was stupid, honestly.
It just wasn't handled very well. It sucks because I like Wes
No.
Craven. I enjoy his movies, but as far as this one goes...
I mean, it is what it is,
Yeah, they can't all be winners. But, like...
No.
You gotta know when enough is enough. Obviously they don't, because Scream 5 just came out yesterday. But, I'm still gonna go see it.
Yes. Do we really have to talk about the series?
I mean, we don't have anything good to say about it. I mean, I'll probably give it another shot when I have more of an attention span to donate to it.
Yeah.
But just the first 2 episodes, like I said, it's just Degrassi with hot sauce. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
And-
I think I saw all of season 3. Yeah, it was season 3. It was terrible.
Yeah, it's what Netflix is trying to start me out with season 3, but I went all the way back to the fucking beginning. I will say that I liked the kill scene at the pool. I thought that was, about how it would play out.
Yeah.
But when they put that head in the pool, oh my god, it just looks so fucking cheesy. It looks so cheesy. Like, you could see the fucking styrofoam. That's how cheesy that shit looked.
Oh my god. Was it really? I don't think I saw that episode, that specific one.
I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it was very fucking cheesy. It was, oh my god.
What season was it?
The very first episode of season 1. It's like the first, first 15 minutes, I think.
Oh, with that girl, Bella Thorne, right?
Yeah, girl, it was cheesier than fucking Velveeta. Like, it was cheese. And that's really set the... Like, her character's name was Nina, because they had an interviewer come to the school who was just like, what was Nina like? And one kid was like, Nina was a bitch. I was like, yeah, that's why she died. I don't know, the tropes were pretty apparent. Like, you could look at the kid, they didn't even have to open their mouth. You knew what trope they'd be. And I don't want to shit on it too much, just because I watched maybe a total of an hour's worth of the entire fucking series, all 3 seasons. I'm gonna wait until I'm feeling a little bit better, which is why I didn't finish it. And I'll probably give it another go and then post about it on my Instagram. But we are just about approaching the 2-hour mark of this episode. So I think we should probably wind it up. So I think April's having microphone problems again. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap the episode up, and if she joins back in, that'll be great. But my name was Ashley. Again, we will start doing our Dead Space 3 streams on Monday. Those will resume being at 11 a.m. CST, so 11 a.m. Central. April, can we hear you? Can you say something?
Oh, I'm here.
All right, cool. So,
Sorry.
no, you're good. Shit happens. So, Dead Space is going to resume on Monday at, again, like I said, 11 Central, unless, like, this COVID gets a little bit worse and I can't fucking talk. In which case, if I'm feeling better, I'll probably just play it and not have any commentary over it. But if you want to find out more about that, more about future episodes of A Horrible Take, you can go to Instagram, Facebook, for A Horrible Take, all one word, just at A Horrible Take. You'll find it. If you want to find me, you can go to the name on the screen under hosted by Ashley_likes_horror. And if you want to find April's stuff,
Go to Instagram, and my name is Horror Goddess.
all right. So we will see you on Monday with that stream, and then we'll see you in 2 weeks on, I believe, the 29th. Okay, so it's not going to be the 29th. It'll have to be the 5th. We'll see you on February.
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll see you on February 5th with our episode on Resident Evil. Remember to give us a follow on all platforms if you haven't already, and we will see y'all then. Bye-bye.